Next is work. What is meant by work? How you can define this? So remember that work is the product of the force and distance moved by the object. First of all, if I suppose that there is any object that is placed here, you apply the force on this object. Then this object moves and changes position, comes at this position. Initially, the object is at this position. Now when the position is changed, basically this object covers a small distance d. So the product of this force and the distance which is in the direction of the applied force, this is basically called as work done. Remember here the important point that the direction of the distance is basically the same in which you apply the force. So I can simply say that the work is the product of the force and the distance covered by the body in the direction of the applied force. How you can calculate the work of the object? I can simply write here work is equals to F multiplied by D. Just multiply force with distance to get the work done. If the force and the distance of the object is given, you can easily calculate the work done. So you can see here, work is the product of the force and the distance moved by the object in the direction of the applied force. The important point is basically in the direction of the applied force. Work is equals to force multiplied by displacement. So it is basically work is equals to force F times D. If the force is applied to the object but it does not move, it means that if I consider that there is object, you apply the force on this object, but this object does not move, it remains at the same position. Then in this case, you can see that distance covered is 0 because the object is not moving. So I can simply say that work done W is equals to F times 0. The work done is also equals to 0 because the object is not moving. So the major point here is that if you apply the force on the object but the object does not move, in this case the work done is 0 because the distance covered by the object is 0. You can see from here, if the force is applied to the object but it does not move, it means that the distance is 0. Then no work is done, means that work done is 0 because the distance covered by the object is 0. You can see here there is the triangular formula that is used to calculate the work, force and the distance. First of all, see here the work is represented by the W, the force is represented by F and the distance moved is represented by the D. If I suppose that you have to calculate the work done, you need to make the work as a subject. So I can write here W is equals to the force and the distance, both of these appearing at the bottom. So just multiply both of these. F multiplied by D. You get the work done of the object. Second, if I say that you have to calculate the force, then how you can calculate the force? By the triangular formula. Make the force as a subject. It would be equals to the work is appearing at the top. So there would be work divided by distance because the distance is appearing at the bottom. At the last, if I say that you need to calculate the distance because the work and force is given, then make the distance as a subject. It would be equals to, again the work is appearing at the top, so there would be work over the force is appearing at the bottom. So there is F. All of these formulas are used to calculate the unknown quantity when you know the other quantities. What is the unit of the work? You can simply say that work is the product of the force and the distance. The unit of the force is Newton and the distance is measured meters. So I can simply say that the unit of the work is Newton meter and 1 Newton meter is basically equals to 1 joule. Both of these are same unit. So I can simply say that the SI unit of the work is Newton meter, which is equals to joule. And 1 joule is equals to 1 Newton meter. How you can define that the work done is 1 joule? When you have to say that the work done is 1 joule, First of all, I write here 1 joule is equals to 1 Newton multiplied by 1 meter. This is basically W is equals to force times D. By the first equation that I write here, I can simply say that the work done by the object would be 0 if you apply a force of 1 Newton on the object. As a result, the body covers a distance of 1 meter in the direction of the applied force. Here you just need to make the 1 as a subject. So I can simply say that the work done is 1 joule when you apply a force of 1 Newton on the object. As a result, it covers the distance of 1 meter in the direction of the applied force. You can also see from here, as the unit of the work is Newton meter, which is also equals to joule, such that 1 joule is equals to 1 Newton meter. The work done by the object will be 1 joule. How you can define the work is 1 joule? So the work done by the object is 1 joule when a force of 1 Newton acts on the object and it covers a distance of 1 meter in the direction of the applied force. When you apply a force of 1 Newton on the object and it covers the distance of 1 meter in the direction of the applied force, at that moment the work done by that object will be 1 joule. There are some examples of the work. You can see here there is a person holding the bag but talking to his friend. In this case, this person is at rest, means that he is not covering a distance. So what you can say about the work done? The work done would be 0 because work is the product of force and distance. This person is at rest means that he is not covering the distance. Distance in this case is equals to 0, so that the work is also equals to 0. The same thing is given here. A person holding the bag still talking to his friend. No work is done because the distance is 0. Here is the second example. A man is lifting the box. In this case, the man is moving and the box is also covering the distance. In this case, the work is done because the box is displacing. The force in this case is the force of gravity that the earth exerts on this box. So I can simply say that a man lifting the box, work is done because here the force is the force of gravity acting on the box. As the man is lifting the box, so the box also displaces, means that the box covers some distance. In this case, there is some work done on this box. There is a boy that is pulling the crate. As the boy is pulling the crate, actually he is applying a force. When he applies the force, the crate also covers some distance. So in this case, the work is the product of the force and distance. It means that some amount of work done is here because some amount of the work is done here because in this case, the boy is pulling the crate and the crate is also moving. It's given here the boy pulling the crate due to which it moves. Work is done because the boy applying the force by pulling. As a result, the crate covers a distance. So in this case, when the boy is pulling the crate, the work is done. Here is the exam question that appeared in May-June 2016. A force acts on the object and causes the object to move a certain distance in the same direction as the force. Which row represents a situation in which the largest amount of work done on the object by the force? So in which one of the following situation the largest work is done? The force is given and also the distance moved by the object is given. Answer A. 2.0 Newton is the force and the distance moved is 40.0 meter. Answer B. 10.0 Newton is force and 2.0 meter is the distance moved. C. 20.0 Newton is the force and 6.0 meter is the distance covered. D. 100.0 meter is the force and 1.0 meter is the distance moved. So basically you have to show that which one of the following case there is the largest work done. So first of all, consider the answer A and calculate the work done. You have to calculate the work done for all of these cases by using the formula that work is the product of the force and the distance moved by the object. Let's see the answer and explanation. Formula that you can use here is work is the product of the force and the distance moved by the object. Let's consider the answers one by one and calculate the work done. Work done by the answer A, like the force which is 2.0 Newton and the distance is 40.0 meter. You get 80.0 joule. For the B, the work done is 20.0 joule. For C, work done is 120 joule. And for D, the work done is 100 joule. It means that the largest work is done by the C, which is 120 joule. You can see here 120.0 joule is the work done which is done by the object C. It means that answer C is correct. Next is what is the relationship between the energy and work. First of all, you know very well that when the object does some work, then the energy is gained. It means that the energy is gained by the object when the object do some work. So I can simply say that the energy is transferred from one store into another when the work is done. It means that the work done and energy, both of these are equal. The same thing is given here. The energy is transferred from one store to another when the work is done. It means that the amount of energy transfer is basically equals to the work done. So when the object gains energy and when it loses the energy, it basically depends upon the work. When the work is positive and when the work is negative. I can simply say here, if here is object, I apply the force on this object and this object displaces in the same direction here. Then in this case, the work is the product of force and distance. The work would be positive because the object displaces in the same direction as that of the applied force. But the second case is that when I apply the force on the object in this direction, but the object displaces in the opposite direction, in this direction. So in this case, the work done is negative because the distance moved by the object is in opposite direction to the applied force. That's why the work is negative. So when the work done is positive, what you can say about the energy? The object will gain energy when the work is positive. So I can simply say here, the object gains energy in the form of kinetic energy if the force acts in the direction of motion of the object, if the object moves in the direction of the force applied, or if the force acts in the same direction of the direction in which the object moving. So both of these are the same things. In this case, the object gains kinetic energy. But some of the energy is losses, means that there is the loss of energy when the force is applied in the opposite direction to the distance covered by the body. So there is the loss of energy in the form of thermal energy, means that heat energy, if the force acts in the opposite direction to the distance moved. So work done is basically equals to the change in energy of the object. As you know that work is the product of F and D, which is the force and distance. So this equation is basically work done is equals to the change in kinetic energy of the object, which is also equals to F multiplied by D. For example, here you can see that the work is done by the ball because first of all this ball is lifted to some height. When the ball is moving towards the ground, it means that the gravitational potential energy is converting into kinetic energy. But if I suppose that initially this ball is at the ground and you apply the force on this ball to go it through some distance, in this case you does some work here. So when you do some work here, basically the energy is transferred from one form into another. That's why we simply say that energy and the work done, both of these are equal. You can also see from here. For example, the work is done on the ball when it is lifted to some height above the ground. When you have to lift the ball through some height above the ground, then you need to do work. The energy is transferred mechanically from kinetic energy of the ball to the gravitational potential energy. In this case, when you do here work, means that you lift the object through some height. Initially, the object is at the ground, means that this object has zero gravitational potential energy, and at the ground level, it has only kinetic energy. When the object is displaces through some height, it means that the object is gaining height. As a result, the gravitational potential energy increase. It means that as the object is moving from ground to some height, the kinetic energy is converting into the gravitational potential energy.